so much for that, and thank you all for being here. And also I want to especially say hello to Marty, who it's a pleasure to get to know today, and to Sharon Johnson, who lives near me in sort of the central part of Florida. And she was the one, a Madison grad herself, who said, well, I've got to nominate you for this. And I was very thankful. I also want to introduce my family who's here. My husband, Richard, of 30 plus years, and son Glenn and his wife Ginger. But I want to introduce my brother, who's class of '61. And the reason I need to do that is because when I was at Madison, it was really about my brother. Oh, you're Mark's sister. I hope you're as smart as he is. Oh, Mark, he was the editor of the yearbook. Well, maybe you'll be that good too. Mark, he was really good in science. Well, maybe you will be too. My husband helped me see things in me I never saw. My brother always set the bar high. And I really think that for me, that is what helped me be who I am today. I want to make 4 points to you. I'm not really a person who spends a lot of time looking backward. And I'm not very reflective. So coming here today gave me an opportunity to think a little more backward and to be a little more reminiscent than I usually am. But certainly one of the foundations that I think of when I think back at Madison was my brother, who was the editor of the Log, and my dear girlfriend, Barbara Hoffman Patterson, whose brother was also editor of the Log. And so we felt it was incumbent upon us to be co-editors of the Log. And when I was looking back through the yearbook, the last couple of pages, there was a quote, and frankly, I can't remember which one of us wrote it. And it said, 4 wonderful years of growing, seeing, and feeling. Madison. Behind us now, but forever with us. The ability to learn, to strive, to appreciate, and to care. But most of all, the memories. And you're all here today because those memories mean something to you, and for me as well. Now, I will tell you that I'm feeling a little repetitive here, mentioning Miss Tannenbaum. And this is why I really don't care to ever be almost last on the program. However, I remember the clumps of mascara, and nobody else mentioned that. I remember, if you're going to fail, fail gloriously. I remember 2 hours a day sitting on those hard benches in her classroom for 2 full years, reading Dostoevsky, having her dissect the wasteland phrase by phrase. I must tell you, I never again had an English teacher like Miss Tannenbaum, and to this day in my office, where we just recently all finished reading Confessions of a Comma Queen, we are still worrying about whether the comma in a series goes before the and or not. It is my feeling that the only way to be a good writer is to be a good reader. And she helped us all to read more than anyone I can imagine. My third recollection is about Chet Fulmer. And where would we be without Chester Fulmer? Yearbook and class advisor. I walked into his office the day Martin Luther King died. He had his head in his hands, tears streaming down his cheeks. I learned that you could be emotional and it was still okay. When we left him at the end of the year in our yearbook, we said, and then he said back, everlasting gratitude, respect, and affection. This was a man who could connect you with things and thoughts and passion you did not even know you had. He inspired a classmate of mine, James Williams, to write the inside cover in our log that year. Martin Luther King had died. RFK had died. The Vietnam War was going on. We didn't know what was ahead of us. And James wrote after MLK died, "A new leader will arrive. When this time arises, will we recognize this leader or reject him until someone silences his voice of truth?" And what I remember of being the class of '68 was that we had that kind of passion and political verve. We cared about the world around us. And I'm proud to say that that carries us through today. And lastly, I would just say that at this place, I got the best education I ever got. Cornell University and Ivy League be damned. There was nowhere I learned better than here. The most turbulent years, the most passion and the most loss of innocence right here. I want to thank 3 of my classmates who have shown up today, Shelley and Franklin and Jeff. I don't know if there's anyone else here from 1968. That has really moved me, and I thank you for that. And I also want to thank you all for allowing me to receive this award and giving me the opportunity to reconnect with my high school and for my memories. Thank you.